Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back talking about Lovecraft, episode 7. I am, aka what I like to dub the Quantum Leap episode. That's just me
Boy,
personally.
I called it basically, just you summed that up very well. Quantum leap, or hey, everyone, we're going on a time traveling adventure.
Yeah, before we start, last week's episode we didn't do video because there was something going on apparently with StreamYard, and they finally fixed that. So yeah, that's why there's no video for it. So this week, and also because I had training last week, I wasn't able to get like all the audio episodes up and stuff. So this week, since I'm done with training at work and I'm not like clobbered with real life stuff, I'm on the upload all the episodes, including this one, audio wise, onto the stream, so that way people can catch up and stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah. Anyways, so tonight's episode was definitely I like it. I definitely like it. Let me ask you this: did you see last week's episode?
I didn't even see last week's episode. I just caught the recap, and
Did you love the hint, the anime inspiration with the tentacles and all that stuff?
oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, all right, we got tentacles.
I mean,
Okay,
it's a
Lovecraft.
Fox Steven, but yeah.
Yeah, still, I mean, yeah, as I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay, all right, Lovecraft. What else you gonna throw at me?
It was a good episode. It was definitely a good episode. If you get a chance to, definitely go back and watch it. You definitely would like it. It was definitely really good. But yeah, this episode was interesting because a couple of things. One, because this is something that we talk about in every like movie and TV show. Do people believe in condoms? Because apparently Letty is pregnant.
Yeah, well. First of all, let's look at the time. Let's honestly look at the time of like the timeline of where they are in the world. I don't like. Do you even think was such a thing even invented back
I
then?
believe there was condoms. I
It
believe.
was probably some weird contraption where if we looked at it today, if we looked at it today, I could see both you and I looking at that thing going, "Nah, bro, it ain't going down like that." Like, there's no way that I am adding this to my appendage. No. Mm-mm.
Yes, first use of rubber was 1855. Latex was invented in 1920s. Polyurethane 1994. So they basically latex condoms was kicking around during that time. So no excuse.
Okay, this all right. There you go. There was no excuse.
No excuse. But hey, you know what? You know what? Atticus was jonesing for some Letty, so I don't blame him. But dog, pull out game, dog.
That's
What's
what I'm
up?
saying. Well, there was that. Come on, man. That's been around since the beginning of time.
Well, I mean, it's funny too because um Ruby, she's she's dealing with the aftermath of
William,
w-
William pulling the Ashford.
yeah, she's dealing with the aftermath of that, and she finally asked old girl to give her the full lowdown on what's happening. Like, yo, because it was interesting. I thought Ruby was gonna say, "Yo, fuck this company, I'm out," but she was like, "All right, I'll help you." She needs to tell me everything, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you pretty much are down for this." All right. I am curious now. And what I thought was interesting is she gets there and she's helping out Hippolyta. She's going on a trip, which we'll talk about in a minute. And she's, Ruby's gonna be watching Diana and stuff. So Letty, meanwhile, her and Atticus come upon this revelation about the book, and that Atticus's mom's family might have something to do with the book. And Atticus never knew about his family, so he's going to take a trip to St. Louis to go see him and stuff. Um, and that's when Atticus finds out about his dad being gay, and I thought that was actually a pretty good scene.
Man, if I was like, I was like, yo, this was only a matter of time. It was so a matter of time. Like, dude, Atticus is gonna find out. You saw the look on Atticus's face. I was like, bro, he is about to beat the brakes off his father again. We about to get round two right now. It's not
I
even 5 minutes in.
mean, look, I was not expecting him to go full tilt homophobe, like you a faggot, and I was like, oh shit, like okay,
Oh, I
well,
did. No,
well.
no. I expected him to do that because this is HBO, and
That's
HBO
true.
they will let that word fly.
I mean, like, and you know what? I actually thought that whole emotional sequence was great because Atticus kind of talking about how his dad used to beat him, and
Yeah,
just the fact of like, yeah, he beat me because he wanted to be strong, and then it's just like Atticus
the
is kind of having this.
irony.
Yeah, it's just the irony, and it's not to say that gay means weak, but like in that time period, that was the mentality.
Yep.
Granted, today some people still think that way, but like back then, that was the mentality, like, oh, you gay, you weak kind of thing. And like Atticus is kind of having this conflict of like, how do I feel about this? You know, and it's like,
It's like makes me feel some type of way.
I mean, it's understandable because, like I said, his dad sat there and beat him and stuff, and it's just like, oh shit. And then the fact that his mom knew, so it's like, oh, the mom knew.
So yep, mom knew too.
Interesting. Interesting.
Dude, the way his dad actually just looked back at him and said, "Yes."
Your mom knew. It's
No,
like,
no, it was more so. It was more the lines of, "Yes, now what you want to do?"
well, he walked off, thankfully. You know,
He did walk off.
you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I thought for a second he was going to knock out old boy that was walking out of the apartment. Like I thought he was gonna go after him, but thankfully he didn't. I was expecting
My
it.
my man got out of Dodge with a quickness.
It's like, oh, this is a family. Let me get the hell out of here.
Dude, he dipped out. He dipped off of this episode. He literally walked out of the episode.
Yo, my man saw what was up and was like, no, I'm out. Nah.
He ain't gonna. It's a hold up. This episode's an hour. Yeah, you ain't gonna see me for the rest of this hour.
And so we were talking about with Letty being pregnant. I thought it was interesting because her and her sister, they have that talking stuff, and Letty's, you know, still kind of going with the whole "my mom left me the money." Now, it's kind of interesting because I think Ruby may know that Letty got that money from what's her face the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait. You know the other thing that also tells that that she was pregnant. If you notice that she had the same vision as Atticus, where running down that flaming hallway.
Yes,
and then
about that.
And then she took one look at her, and then she noticed that she was pregnant. Then she goes and pulls a Sarah Connor from Terminator 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I wasn't expecting that because it's like
she just burst into flames.
Well, it's like, yo, it's like that sequence happened and she wakes up, right? And I was like, all right, that's interesting. I guess she has kind of like, she can foreshadow stuff. All right, cool. And then that's when Atticus like, I had the same dream too. And I was like, this means something. I don't know what. And like you said, it's like, oh, she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, she has Atticus's kid. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. This isn't gonna bode well.
Dude, I saw that right away. I was like, dude, first of all, y'all got it in, and y'all got it in good.
I mean, but also her
look, CJ, look, you know, what's it called? The 5-stroke rule. It was
let's tally it up. You're talking the first time
the episode before last. It was the episode before last.
Episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 when they messed around.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they did it again.
So episode 3 was at the party when they happened.
I'm talking about the one where we got 2 or 3 sex scenes in one episode. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I know 3 they did it, 4 they kissed but they didn't have sex. 5 is when it went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 was when they went down.
And that's what I'm talking about. From episode 5, the episode before last, episode 5 being the 5-stroke rule. It's always the 5 good ones.
I mean, you know what? I would track it down and say he probably got it in at that party, and that's when she probably popped up pregnant. It just took a minute.
That's true, but then again,
I don't know the passage of time. Though,
I was gonna say, I'm more inclined to believe it was episode 5.
Yeah. Now I will say this though. So we found out Christina and William aren't brothers and sisters. William is the boyfriend, which that kind of debunks our theory. I was like, oh, I thought they were brother and sister. Well, damn, they're actually in a relationship. All right, interesting. And the fact that William taught her magic too, taught her that whole transformation magic too at the same time. I was like, oh, that's
so we know what that means.
I mean, and she has those dudes hooked up, to that machine too. So I'm like, oh. So, what's going to come of this?
Yep.
I mean, so just the fact that Letty was like, "Is that garlic? I can't taste it." And Ruby was like, "Your taste buds must be off unless you're pregnant." I was like, "Good job foreshadowing that."
I mean, it wasn't even foreshadow. It was just more so like, look, first of all, you got a dude laying up in your house. He ain't got no job. I mean, he's attractive. He looks good. I mean, come on. I know you ain't just keeping around because the lights need to get fixed.
I mean, yeah, that is true. That is true. But so what we find out with Hippolyta, she went back to the mansion, and she found the I guess what's the name of that I guess the kind of like the planetary kind of like a diorama kind of thing and stuff. They kind
Yeah,
of like
she found the machine, and she was able to she was able to figure it out on how to get it working.
yeah. And what ends up happening, she ends up she ends up finding actually coordinates to a place that has a machine that can kind of give her coordinates and all that stuff for whatever is going to happen and stuff. And in the meantime, Atticus finds out about this and stuff, and it's a funny ass scene where Atticus is like, "Hey, so Aunt Hippolyta, I want to come with you," and she's like, no, this is a guy trip, so you're not coming."
Right. I'm going solo, baby. Can't take you with me.
and like I like how he was trying to like, well, I can come. He's like, yeah. Did your uncle tell you that you're gonna run the guidebook after that sheriff killed him? And I'm like, that was very specific, which means that you pretty much, which again, credit to Atticus and Letty, they kind of figured out that she knows that they were full of shit with their lines. So I was like, all right, cool. Finally, the cat's out the bag. Done.
Hey man, put it this way. At least somebody decided to go on a lone trip instead of, hey, we're gonna take this person with us, and we never see them again for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, the Ori. That's the name of the device that she was messing with and stuff. And basically, it was giving her this location of this telescope. Telescope was in Mayfield. So meanwhile, while Atticus is in St. Louis and stuff, because it's basically in the same area of where they're going to. That's why he wanted to go with her. He finds out more about his mom and the family and stuff, and he thought that the book will be there, and come to find out that his mom was one of the last people that were able to escape from the Tulsa riots and stuff, which is kind of funny that this is like tying into Watchmen just on that little nugget and stuff a little bit. That was kind of funny. And Atticus noticed in one of the pictures that there's a symbol that matches what's on his back, and I'm like, interesting. But he also finds out that Hippolyta found out what a telescope is, and I thought it was kind of random how he bust up into place where Hippolyta was at when all that went down.
Yeah, that was kind of odd. I thought, well, wait a minute, how'd you know where she was?
Well, I mean, I think the device probably left the coordinates, because you remember when the device in the middle opened up and it showed the coordinates and stuff, and then boom, gone and stuff. So I'm guessing Letty saw where it left off at, and then that was that.
And he was just able to get there just like that.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, granted, they were in the same, I'm not gonna say the same area and stuff, but probably in the same area and stuff. But it was just kind of like interesting, like, oh, bam, he just bust up in there and help.
Dude, first of all, he shows up and beats the brakes off of two racist cops.
Kicks one cop to the side and beats the shit out of the other one, and then Hippolyta pulls the gun out and shoots the cop, and she has a moment. And in the meantime, when this is happening, the machine that was giving her the coordinates on the telescope and stuff, basically kind of fucks up, and it opens like a rift in the portal, and her and Atticus get sucked into it and stuff. And what we end up having is basically, like you said, her basically having a quantum leap / time travel through different moments and stuff.
Also, because this game is coming out, with the new PS5, I was like, oh man, she done went Ratchet and Clank on us.
Man, listen. So before all this happens, she wakes up on like a planet, and it's this lady, this little futuristic lady that looks like old girl from fucking wow, what the fuck is the name of that show? God damn it, I forgot the name of the show. It's on Cartoon Network.
Oh, are you talking? No, never mind. Not Steven Universe.
Yeah, Steven Universe looked like fucking old girl from Steven Universe.
Well, you know what I said when I first saw her? I was like, well, if con season was going on, every black girl cosplaying, you're welcome.
I ain't gonna lie, it looked like a Hype Williams video.
It did look like a Hype Williams video. It went
so clean.
No, see, here's the thing. It went from a possible little X video when she first shows up on that planet and the Sentinels show.
Look, this like you said, this is HBO. She was butt ass naked, and then boom, she puts on the little.
No, I'm talking about when the two aliens, like when the two Sentinels just rolled up on her, like, yo, what's about to go down?
Oh man, bruh. bruh. Yeah, Garnett. That's what it was. Garnett. Garnett from Steven Universe. I'm
Right.
like, so she gets there and she sees a little 2 microchips inside of her arm and stuff. And I will say this, it's definitely an out there scene. And I was like, well, thank you, show. I appreciate you kind of continuing this run of going out there and stuff. Cause I think we've emphasized this multiple times. Like, you know, once you start leaning heavily on the racism and not the fantastical, it's kind of like, eh. But I appreciate that, like, they are still continuing this. This is like 4 episodes strong now that they're finally leaning into fantastical, and I'm actually happy for that. So at this point, I'm just gonna call it Garnett is asking her every time she tries to escape where she want to go, because Ruby is literally like, yo, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
And again, you know, the alien's telling her, "You're like, this isn't a prison.
Where you want
Like,
to go?
where do you want to go? Who do you want to be?"
You know what? And I will appreciate, again, very realistic, because even I would be stubborn like her, like, get me the fuck up out of here, and then I'm probably wouldn't even listen. Because even I didn't pick up on that. She was like, hold up, this isn't the prison. Just tell me where you want to go.
It's like, this is, you're at level 1. Tell me what you want. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? You can go, and you'll be there. Now, of course, she thought she's BS, and she hits her with, you know what? I want to be in Paris dancing with Josephine Baker.
Oh, that was the most sarcastic fucking shit ever. And she's like, all right, fine. Here you go.
Here you go.
And that's what made it funny, because she laughed and just said this shit like, the fuck is going to happen? And then boom, she's in Paris in 1930s. I was like, well, I don't think she expected that to happen, because she's looking around confused as fuck. Like,
and she was messing up the whole routine for everybody.
Hey, I liked it though. I actually liked that whole.
I loved it too.
I mean, this is the definition of you go back in time and meet your hero, and I appreciate that she was really like, she went from freaked out to having Josephine Baker be there to give her assurance, like, hey, it's gonna be all right. I know those women gave you shit, but just get your shit together, everything be fine. And I actually like the montage. I like the fact that they montage the whole thing out and stuff. She's enjoying herself, and I'm like, so is she gonna love being here and don't want to go back? And nah, she vents off to Josephine Baker in a pretty good sequence, just like, I'm tired. I'm just tired of all this shit.
And you know, when she says all that, first of all, she was living it up in Paris in the 1930s. She's getting to smoke weed. She's
drinking.
She's drinking. She's having the greatest time she's having the time of her life. Like, I could see, if I was in her position, I'm like, bruh, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean,
let me just stay here.
But no,
but she vents, and when she was venting, I was like, all right, I know what's coming. Something's coming. She's feeling that frustration and rage, and I was just waiting for that trigger sentence. I just want to kill white folks, and I was like, and we're back.
Well, you know what? I thought the whole. I would say this episode was great, because this was basically Hippolyta's kind of like therapy session.
Oh,
like,
it was.
She really needed this, because she goes from Paris and then boom, she pops up in fucking Tanzania.
Yeah.
Tanzania, and she's out here fucking killing white people, and she's getting her like basically a refresher course in being a fucking perfect Amazonian warrior and stuff, which I thought was great. And as she's doing this and stuff, that's when she realizes, like, yo, she really was like she ends up realizing, like, she molded herself into like really like the perfect like housewife.
Yep.
That's
when she called out again to who she was, saying that she was George's husband. And she wakes up in the bed next to him. Now, real talk, because I was watching this from my computer screen, that just happened to be like a good 5 feet away from it. I turned and looked, and I was like, yo, is that Robert Townsend?
Man, for a second, I was like, okay, nah, it's not.
I was like, oh God, no, it wasn't him.
Yeah, but I mean, on top of this whole thing being kind of a therapy session, though, also too was the fact that this was Hippolyta also realizing what she could have been, because her being this like dancer with Josephine Baker, you realize, oh, she's a really good dancer. And I guess maybe we knew that to a degree, but like she really realized, like, hey, I'm free, and then she's this warrior that's like can do everything without fear. And then even before she went into that teleporter, her traveling by herself, she realized she can do that without any
Right, she was
issues.
already driven. She was driven to do it from the jump. She took that trip solo.
Yeah, which her telling Atticus basically fuck off. I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess this isn't going to be a family trip then. All right, cool. But like her talking to George in this sequence, I thought this was needed because she wasn't blaming George for her being like the housewife, and I appreciated the fact that like the George in their talk was basically like, yo, I never knew like I was holding you back. I swear to you, I didn't. And I was like, huh, this is kind of definitely a flip of what they normally do. Because normally in some scenarios, they'll play it out like, I blame you. I couldn't be free. And it was like, no, he was like, yo, I didn't know. I swear to you. And it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, points to him for being honest.
Yeah, let's be real. Like if you're in a relationship, this is what you do. You open up to the person and you realize where you fucked up at.
You know what? This is also another lesson. Hey, for all you couples out there that listen to us, communication. Communication is key.
Yeah, communication is 100% key. Hey, what's up, Ant?
Hey, what's going on?
It's like just that right. That was the lesson I got from her second. Sorry, that was her third quantum leap.
Yeah, third quantum leap.
was communication is key. Just communicate.
I feel if he was still alive, they would have had that conversation.
Now, at first, when she said that, I'm the explorer, and he took her hand, I was like, is she about to take him with her?
Bruh, that's why I was like, yo, is he gonna come back? And I was like, damn it, he didn't come back.
I was like,
oh, well, actually,
yeah,
the way the episode ends for now, because she didn't come back through that portal. Atticus did. So it's like, Well,
when you think about it, she meets the alien again. She was saying, so if I really wanted to, I could go back home. She's like, yeah, if you want to, we can send you back to your Earth.
Well, sir, you can't skip over the Outer Worlds sequence that happened with those two aliens.
Oh no! I'm not gonna skip over. I'm gonna jump back to that in a minute. But I did think about how she had, how she was saying, how can like Hippolyta from Earth, who was so small, take all of what I know now. What am I gonna do with this?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when she becomes the explorer, and he was with her.
Yeah, I forgot you.
They were together. They were together when they were discovering aliens on different planets and all this stuff, and then that's when she got curious and floated into space by herself.
Had that Doctor Strange Ant-Man moment in the void.
Right.
So can I say this? Is that this is the stuff I'm waiting for, right? And it might seem kind of goofy with the alien with the mimicking an Afro woman's head type of thing. That might seem goofy.
Hey, I said earlier, Garnet from Steven Universe.
Right. But this is the thing.
And you heard, and I also said, if con season was a thing, all black women looking to cosplay, you're welcome.
Right.
Yeah, but real quick, Ant, like, what did you think of that whole just this whole episode? I know you said the first part was like dope as hell and stuff. So I mean, just
I was digging the acting between what's the Caucasian girl that was putting to be your brother? I don't remember her name.
I have her name right here. Fucking what's her face? Shit.
I was gonna say attractive Tommy Lauren.
Yes.
I mean, hold
that.
on. I had her name right here for a second. I was like, how the hell did I miss that? Christina. That's the chick. That's the character thing.
So
Christina.
Between her and what's the name, sister, and they were talking about like Ruby, and like their exchange was really good acting. Like it was really solid acting. The acting from he's always gonna be Omar to me. I know we got a different name in this show, but even him with his lover, that man has made bank off of HBO shows, by the way. Anyway, so like his interaction and how they discovered him and that was really solid acting right there, right? before we even got into like the outer world type, dimension hopping, time travel stuff. So I texted you, I was like, man, this is really good. But just this is kind of weirdness from something you want to call Lovecraft, like a Afrocentric sci-fi show. I am for this. I am for this. I thought I was going to be cringy when I saw the Amazon Warrior stuff, but no, I'm for it. Let's go.
Yeah. I think hold on. I could have sworn last week, well, when people hear the audio version of it, I think one of us called this like, what happens if she's like Xena Warrior Princess? I don't know if it was you or D that called this, but it might have been D that might have called this her like being like this warrior thing. And I was like, oh, okay then. Well,
wait, something else that I got out of the other vibe I got from this? I know we said Quantum Leap, Samurai Jack.
Yeah. I mean, it's
another vibe I got from this with Samurai Jack.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely out there and stuff. So Atticus
also,
comes
props to the actress because she's older. Like, she's an older actress doing this role. Like, props to her.
I mean, her doing all those warrior sequences, I was like, oh shit, that is her.
Hey man, you saw that? You saw how HBO snuck that quick training montage in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, shout outs to her and shout outs to them stunt women because I'm pretty sure that was a whole stunt women that was part of that whole group and the squad.
I am sure.
I am shout out to them and stuff because they were definitely doing their thing. Even in a little, again, 1800s, they killing all the white men and stuff. That she got her wish. She was like, I want to kill some white people. All right, cool.
I knew that was coming. Which by the way,
threw me off.
Which by the way, shout outs to all those dancers that got topless during the Josephine Baker bit.
Yo, some of those nipples they got cut glass like that. Like, man, how is your nipple longer than your breast?
look, man, look. This is crazy too because I keep forgetting like that was a time period that was just a normal thing. Like these burlesque dancers, and granted they were in Paris, so obviously that was a normal.
Now.
Yeah, but back then that was just like, oh, hey, honey, we're gonna go see some burlesque dancers. All right, cool. Granted, it's Paris, so that could be a different, that's a thing too. So
in the 1930s, though,
in the 1930s too. So it was cool. But I thought,
and I also liked how the numbers I thought at first were coordinates, and now I'm guessing they're like time periods or dimensional periods, like dimension locations. So I thought that was cool too.
I mean, she wrote all them numbers down in that book and stuff. But what was interesting, so Atticus comes through the portal and he has a Lovecraft Country book. And I don't know because at first I thought the book he had in his hand was the book that he was looking for. But I'm wondering, like, what is the significance of that Lovecraft Country book that he came out the portal with?
I kind of thought to myself, if he was going to come out, like if he came out of that portal, I figured, well, I'm assuming that we are going to get a whole episode based on his adventure. Because they both went through that portal.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 episodes left, so you might be right on that. I mean, that's
You'd be amazed what you can tie up in 3 episodes.
I'm also really biased to this because think how wonderful life would be if you could like freeze yourself now and have a lifetime of experiences and train, and not even just to be a warrior, but like just to be a painter for like a lifetime or be a, you know what I mean? Just, like. That's all. Like I remember thinking I should write a story about something like that. That's a great experience to have. That's so powerful. And I think people that go to like superpowers, they want to be like super strong or fly or anything like that. But just having like multiple lifetimes of experiences.
I was gonna say experiences trumps everything else.
I mean, it was basically like taking the DBZ when they go through the spirit and travel room and stuff, and then just adding in time travel on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we were in this room for a whole year. Yeah, you were outside. It was only an hour, so there's that.
Yeah, so I think that's cool, and how powerful that would be. Like that's a cool concept on its own.
I mean, the fact that it was an alien creature when she went through the portal, it's kind of making me wonder if this is going to tie in when we get to the finale of the show. Because you saw how the beginning of the first episode was with Atticus and that dream sequence with like all this weird shit popping off, and I'm wondering if that's his dream of like what the fuck this is all going to lead up to in a possible way. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm No, see,
I'm excited though. I'm
like,
excited.
I'm with Ant with what he was saying, like just having a whole bunch of different experiences. It's kind of like that movie. God, what was that movie? What was it? Jumper, Looper.
Well, it might have been Looper. It might have been Looper or well, I know Jumper was the one where he could travel to different spots and stuff.
No, Jumper. Like,
yeah, Jumper.
If I could travel to different spots and like think about it, I could travel. I mean, I could jump to like different countries, and I'd be like, I'm just going to stay here and just learn this language, master this language, and then go to another country, master that language.
As long as you don't have a braided Sam Jackson chasing after you, you'd be perfectly fine.
Right, yeah. But I always thought that, like, if you had, I'm not even talking about like being wealthy, but if you were independently middle class and you could spend your time learning a different, like, just devoting yourself to learn a skill or a trade or a language or a culture, or just learning your own community, you know what I mean? Like, like how powerful that would be, and how like rewarding and solar, like, we don't even like. The people that do that we identify in life that do those things, like Anthony Bourdain, who just went around learning the culture of cooking, like we understand they have a different insight into like us to ourselves than others,
But I mean, it's kind of interesting too, because I mean, it makes me wonder though, because you talk about the fact that was it episode 2 with that society when they were trying to open that portal. It makes me wonder, were they also trying to travel to the alien creature that have to get the ability to time travel too as well? Because you bear in mind, she went to that exact spot where everything went down, and that's how she was able to put 2 and 2 together with that item to do what she did. So it's like, it's making me wonder, did that secret society have access to time travel and just didn't know how to open it just yet?
But also, I think she was lucky. I think if she had like gone into like a second before or a second after, she could have ended up in like a hellscape or like one of the Lovecraftian dream worlds that like rape your soul and cook your skin type of shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think before you jumped on, me and Eris was saying this and stuff. We appreciated the fact that this whole show was basically, it was a therapy session for Hippolyta, but it also kind of was showing her that she had agency this whole time. It was just certain things that were holding her back, and it's like, who knew George dying kind of opened her up to just like, you know what, I can travel by myself, I can be this person. And her going in that time travel kind of opened her up, like I said, opened her up to just her really like realizing like, hey, I'm more than just a housewife kind of thing,
Oh, and you called it. He came back this episode, so you called it.
I mean, it ain't a Jedi ghost, but
I don't even want to.
Now you gonna nitpick.
I don't even want to imagine a Lovecraft version of a Jedi ghost.
I mean, look, I said because bear in mind, she didn't pop out through that portal, so she might bring George back through that portal, and that's how George pops back up alive.
I can already see it right now. He comes back. Oh no! Anyway.
Like, George comes back to Chicago. Everybody's like, George, I thought you were dead. Nah, man, I'm alive.
Oh, anyway.
All right.
But look, traversing time and space and then going back to the 1950s of America, I don't know if I could do that.
There's all look. It's like anything else. It's like old boy from Doctor Strange. The bill comes due. There's some consequences to this shit. I don't know what it is.
True.
There might be some consequences to this shit, her time travel and stuff, and maybe that's something the group didn't know too. So that's that also was interesting too. But I'm kind of curious. Like I said, that Lovecraft book, it's like, man, that's very on the nose. Like, what's up with that book? Like, and it's just wild too, because Atticus is like, shit, I can't get the machine open. Fuck it, I'm out. Bam. I'm like, damn, just ain't gonna help you. You ain't gonna help.
Even though at one point I thought I was gonna see. Even though at one point I thought I was gonna see Oprah Winfrey's head pop up.
Don't do that, Ant. Don't do that.
Oh my god, man! Look, man. But I mean, it's kind of interesting that they kind of cut to that book that her daughter made for her and stuff. That kind of tied into her like being this adventurer and explorer and stuff. So, and just also the next episode is kind of structured around Diana. In those group of police officers, including the one that has the black man upper torso, kind of going at her like, "Yo, what you know about magic?" And I'm like, all right, that's gonna be weird. I'm hoping next episode doesn't regress back because I want them to keep this. This is 4 episodes straight that they've gone fantastical. I need them to keep this up because I want this. I like this.
Yeah, I want to like this show. Like, I really want to like this show. So please, please
keep this going. Keep the streak going, please.
I think because this is an HBO show, it always has to circle back, and I think we are going to circle back to the isms.
I mean, look, the preview for the next episode. I'm worried a little bit, but I'm like, I hope you throw some magical shit in there. So it's like, all right, cool. Because I mean, granted, we did see Ruby drink that potion, so it looks like she is kind of leaning.
No, you know what we're gonna get. If we don't fully circle back to that, we're gonna circle back to magical isms.
Hey, magical isms is great.
Please don't.
Gotta be real.
Please don't. No. I don't want more racist ghosts. I don't want any more like I don't want cops to be the real monsters. Like that's.
Hey, look, man. I'm like
the world.
Hey, look, I'm with D. I'm looking at that police officer like, yo, so can we get more of that shit? I want to know what more of black people did he attach to himself after that last episode. That's all I want to know because he looked pretty covered up in the next episode, and I'm like, did you add more black people to you now? Maybe.
Right.
It's like, please say yes.
Because I need an episode where he just rips off his shirt and all of a sudden he got fucking abs and fucking flexing and shit, and I'm like, God damn, dude, really? All right.
So you want him? So you want him to look like the Black Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen? And because it's HBO, he's going to be completely butt naked.
I mean, we kind of sort of got that in Watchmen, except he was blue. So
Wait,
kinda.
J.J. Abrams is an executive producer on this?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
bad. I mean, it's Bad Robot. It's part of that little thing.
True.
Yeah,
I'll try to keep trying to like it.
I gotta be honest with you. I think it's executive producer in name only because it's his studio kind of thing. So it's like, all right, well, I'm here, so have fun, guys. I'm out.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing. So
it's like he just left his studio behind like a playground. Like, here you go, have fun.
That's like Michael Bay was executive producer of Bumblebee. It's like how Michael Bay was executive producer of Bumblebee, and it's like this doesn't even play like a Michael Bay movie. So what exactly did you executive produce?
I just want my check.
It really felt like that's all he really got in Bumblebee. I'm like, so you just got to check Bay. All right, cool. Because there was no Bayisms in Bumblebee watching it.
There was no going up and cracking a woman's ass for no reason.
Nothing.
Look, y'all, Bay caught his check and walked off stage like he did during that presentation.
Basically, so that's what J.J. Abrams did with Lovecraft Country. He's like, yeah, y'all have fun, Jordan and Misha. I'm just here, have fun, cool, But yeah, this was overall a good episode. I like I said, I enjoy it. Oh yeah, Anthony, real quick, thoughts on Letty being pregnant?
I was shocked that that's where they were going so quickly.
Are you shocked? Because there was no pregnant. You realize there was no condoms during those 3 sex scenes between her and Atticus, right? You do realize.
I
that,
know,
right?
but in the show, because she's kind of like the badass lead. But the way the show is edited, where you're like, I'm pregnant. Next cut, I have a baby. Next cut, the baby's fine.
I mean, you think about no, seriously, Ian, think about it. Think about it, man. We got what? 2 sex scenes between Letty and Atticus.
Three. Sorry,
there was three. But the one from episode 5, Atticus failed the 3-stroke rule.
Yeah.
He shot the club up on that one. I was like,
that club up. He shot that club up like he was searching for $1 bill. All right.
I mean,
he's like, you on the pill, right? What's the pill?
I mean, great. Look, I still think episode 3 when they were at that party. No, was it episode 3? Yeah, episode 3 when they were at that party and stuff. I think that's where he shot the club up, but it might have been episode 5. You might be right on that one. Possibly.
The one thing I do call
first of all, look, it was episode 5, and how I know it was episode 5 after he beat the brakes off of his father, and
that's
he needed to burn off that energy. Dude was still mad about that.
True. That is true. That is
true. Ain't no pull out that day.
Yeah, exactly. That completely clouded his judgment to pull. My man said, "You know what? Let her rip."
Look, yeah. So the only thing I noticed in this episode that bugged me is again the editing. oh, she's in a lot of trouble. She's been driving all day to this place. And thing like that. And all of a sudden he pop up like, ah.
Oh yeah, we said, like you said before you jumped in. That's what we were saying. I was like, huh, he got there pretty damn quick. Like he's just Indiana Jones, just like bam, get away from her. And I'm like, yo, shit, all right,
What?
cool.
Like at least show us you took a portal from the hotel or something. Like you went underground to get there, something. Because again, this show, like the editing of, oh, I'm arrested. Oh man, we're gonna see her go through the jail system. No, nope, she's free the next scene. Oh, okay. All right, well, you know.
I mean, that was probably the only editing issue was like the jump cut. Atticus just pops up there because I wasn't expecting him to get there. I thought she was gonna like find. I thought what was gonna happen was the portal opens and the cops are kind of confused, and then she just says "fuck it" and just jumps into the portal to escape or some shit. You know, basically that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Right.
You know.
Right. Atticus was like he was unnecessary to that whole scene. Like he was.
I mean, granted, yes, they were in the same area because he was trying to go to St. Louis too and stuff in that vicinity. But I was like, man, you got there pretty quick for somebody that didn't have a car. But all right,
yeah,
fine,
which is why I still say it's very possible the next episode we're gonna see what happened with him.
That is true. That is a possibility. They might do that either next episode or episode 9.
You know, that Lovecraft book.
Yeah, that
Lovecraft book. So he could be like, I went to the real world. We're all a show. I'm going crazy.
See, this is what I was talking about on like the last time I was on our other recap episode where, dude, it was Full Metal Alchemist. My man saw the truth.
Man, listen.
He saw the truth and he came out with that book.
Look,
swear to
Full
God,
Metal Alchemist guy's a dick, so I hope he didn't.
I swear
Full Metal
to
Alchemist
God.
God is a dick, so I mean.
I swear to God, Eric, if you're right on that one,
I'm out.
I swear to God, if you're right, and all of a sudden next episode, see in this Lovecraft book, this is what the plot goes. I'm like, you son of a bitch, I hate you.
I'll be so mad if I call.
There is no bigger troll. There's no bigger troll in media than truth. There is no bigger troll. I swear to God.
Exactly. Exactly. See,
when that episode happens, I'm gonna sit back and the recap is just gonna be me staring at the camera like, I hate you, Eris. I hate you. I hate your guts. I hate you. I hate the show.
Man, look, I already called that the first time. I think it was either episode 1 or episode 2 when my man saw the Garden of Eden. I'm like, we're seeing glimpses of the truth.
Well, that was my thing too. When Hippolyta when she was going back in time, I thought she was actually going to go back to Adam and Eve and see Atticus's ancestor, his ancestor and stuff. And granted, she didn't do that, but I'm like, that's why I feel like that secret society actually had access to that, to where they could that portal was like their time travel portal, so to speak. So I'm like,
It just seems funny to me how every time Atticus gets into some type of situation, he always comes back with something.
Yeah.
This is why I said, dude, went through that portal. Probably had a very different. That's the other thing I think this episode is going to be about too. This very next episode, whereas his aunt had one experience of going through different dimensions. His is probably going to be something very different. He'll probably go through multiple dimensions himself, but it's not going to be no self-realization of like, oh, I could have been this. I could have done this. Like, dude's gonna go through stuff. He's gonna have more. He's gonna have some more traumatic experiences, some Vietnam flashbacks. He's probably gonna see the real reason why his father was on the down low, and why, and how his
Ghost
mom.
Rider gonna be there.
And it's stairs and stuff. And then at the end of it, my man's gonna take a book and jump out of it.
Look.
Yeah.
Again, he's seen the truth.
Look, all I'm saying is this: like this man. I'm guaranteeing you he's going to come back to Chicago and Letty's going to be like, what happened to Hippolyta? Yeah, so about that.
What
happened was she went through a portal and didn't come out. So, but nah, I feel it's going to tie into because you didn't see the last episode, Eris, but like his girl was a demon. Well, she had a demon inside of her and stuff. And she didn't kill she was supposed to kill 100 guys. And she'll be human again, and she only killed 99, and she ends up going back to the lady that put the fox demon in her and was like, yo, I saw a vision of Atticus dying. What does this all mean?
You know what's gonna be messed up because it's HBO and because I have no problem watching dark stuff. She aborts that child. That's 100.
Yeah. So that's my thing.
Man.
Either they time skip or she loses that kid in some way. That's what my thought was.
Yeah,
Like miscarriage.
Yeah, it can be a miscarriage, abortion. Who knows? I just know if she loses that child, that could count as.
I mean, stress has a way of causing a miscarriage, and considering all the shit that they get into and stuff, that wouldn't shock me whatsoever. Like, it would not shock me, like the stress of everything that's happening to him.
Yo, what if Atticus go? You sure that's mine,
Bruh? You're the only one that shot the club up, my man. Like, come on, bro. Like,
and she has pretty much stayed. She has stayed with you since episode 1, bro. Who is she gonna go?
I mean, your man that was cop blocking you clearly didn't fucking get in them cheeks. So who else, dog? Like, come on. Like, who you fooling, man? Who you fooling?
I need a DNA. I need a DNA test. Ain't no DNA. Yes,
even when he was trying to spit game at her or whatever, and she said it herself, I guess that's the reason why we messed around all those times.
Exactly. So you know what, she gonna probably keep the kid, but it's gonna probably like this isn't like Watchmen where it's one season. I feel this is gonna be multiple seasons, but it's gonna be a situation where the kid has some shit in it. Because like I said, with her being able to like see the same vision as Atticus, like that's their connection right there and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to go into theories, but I'm still laughing at you saying he saw the truth. I swear to fucking God, if he opens that book up and says, "Hey guys, here's what's gonna really happen," I'm like, "Oh no, show! Oh no, no."
Dude, now that he's got a book in his hand, I'm like, "Oh boy."
I saw the book and I was like, "Oh no, don't do this, Joe. Don't do this. I've seen this before. Don't do this."
My man got the book. I was like, "Oh God, that's the truth. The book is the truth."
Oh God, man! If H.P. Lovecraft pops out as an actual character, I'll roll my eyes so hard. Like, you did it, show. You did it. You went tongue in cheek.
You actually did it.
You did it. You broke me, show. You broke me.
You have no reason to watch this show anymore.
Hey, look, I said I was gonna watch all the way through. I won't watch all the way through, but God damn it, man! I'm just gonna sit there and just I'm gonna throw my headphones on the ground like son of a bitch. I knew it. I'm gonna look at you, Aris. I'm gonna look at you and be like, I can't believe you predicted this, and you weren't. God, why are we not writers?
I'm coming for you because if you predicted this, you might be too close to truth for all I know. I'm coming for you. I don't want nothing. No part of that. I need no part of that in my life.
Like I wouldn't even be mad at the show. I'm just gonna sit back like Aris predicted this. I'm mad that he predicted this. Like, and normally in most shows, when I predict certain things, I don't get mad at it. It's like, oh, that's the nature of the beast, right? But this is one of those shows where it's like, this show, I haven't predicted a lot of stuff, so it's like, all right, fine. But that's one of those, like, as soon as I saw the book and then you sat there and said the truth, I'm like, oh no. Oh God, no.
Yeah.
No.
I need to find lies. Lies are coming.
I need lies.
I need lies.
Feed me lies, all right? Jesus, man.
Look, I'm just going off of my observation of what it looked like to me. I'm like, dude,
your observation might be on. You. If this is Vegas, your odds are in your favor right now. I'm running on it, man.
Look, I ain't counting cards, all right? I'm just saying.
Look what it did to my hand, man.
I am not counting cards. All I'm doing is just pointing out something. I'm just going off of my own belief of what I think. You
can have sanity or you can have the truth.
Which one?
You can't have both. You can't have both.
I swear, Atticus gotta make the decision. Do I go crazy like my daddy, or do I see the truth? Take a pick.
I'm like, dude, you better seek that truth.
Better seek that truth. Do you want to be your dad? Nope.
Like, look, you already beat the brakes off of your father for one thing.
No, break that cycle.
I'm waiting for all the hate comments that he said faggot. Like, I'm waiting for all the hate comments and have to explain.
I don't think it is. Arc. I mean, look, I thought it was done in a very good way because if they just left it at him saying faggot and didn't do that story about how like he thought his dad beating him was making him stronger, yeah, it would have been like fucked up. But the fact that he put that in there, it made it make sense that he just.
That's because you're a rational thinking person. You're a rational.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. See, we're talking about everyone who's going to pretty much flood Twitter after watching this episode.
Oh yeah, that dude, Jonathan Majors is canceled. He said faggot. He's canceled. I'm like, but you guys wanted him to be. You guys were like saying, "Oh, he's the dude in the Marvel movie. He's great." Nope, he's done. He's gone.
No, see, and here would be me. This would be me just being that guy responding to all that. Have you ever watched a show on HBO ever?
In the 50s.
Not even in the 50s. I mean, ever. Dude, it's HBO. HBO lets everything fly under the sun.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's go back to The Wire. Fucking the lead bad guy, forgot his name. But like
the system was the lead bad guy.
No, my bad. Stringer Bell off rip every time he hears about Omar. Oh yeah, little faggot out here, fucking cocksucker. I'm like, dear God, man. I was like, yo, Stringer fucking homophobic as shit. Like, goddamn. Like, so yeah, I expected that. It's like,
bro, I can go back even further. Here's another HBO, Spawn,
bruh. Man, yeah. people forget Spawn went like they say some shit like faggot and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Look,
like, all right.
Tom McFarlane says, can they fuck? They can fuck. I get it with anything.
All right, cool.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Thank God Tom McFarlane never looked for like any example to throw a sex scene on the Spawn's cartoon. Like when he threw it in, it was perfect.
Well, let's be real. HBO came to him and was like, "Can you do a Spawn cartoon?" Sure. And again, if you know HBO, it's cable TV. You can get away with a lot of shit.
I'm still mad. Well, no, I'm happy that he got what's his name? Kawajiri, the director of Ninja Scroll, to be the art director for Spawn. I was happy for that. I was mad that the show. Yeah. I was mad that the show ended on a massive cliffhanger after 4 years of watching.
Yeah, if you watch Ninja Scroll, like it was obvious as hell that Spawn was from the same studio. It was the animation and everything. I was like, yeah, that's Kawajiri right there. Yeah, but
plus his name was in the credits.
Yeah, so but
anyway,
anyway,
what pissed me off more was the Max. The Max pissed me off because that was
let's be real. It had no chance because it was MTV. So
true. Where shows go to die after one season.
So unless you're Beavis and Butthead or Daria, so
that too.
Hey, I love Daria.
No. I'm saying Daria and Beavis and Butthead managed to get multiple seasons. It's just everything else was just like, nah, you're not those two. You got to go. So, Aeon Flux.
Aeon Flux, but like the big hidden one where there's an alien living in the guy's head, that was one season. The Max got one season.
Yeah. So
most things.
Yeah, but yeah, we enjoyed this episode, and hopefully we'll see what happens. And then 3 episodes left, guys. We'll see if the truth comes to light.
I mean, we got our sanity so far, so maybe we'll make it to the other side. I'll see you on the other side.
But with that in mind, we'll catch you guys later, and be on the lookout for us. I'm flooding the fucking stream with all the other episodes, so we'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
All right.